Hey everyone, welcome. This is vlog 87. I wasn't here last week to record a vlog. It was just way too busy and way too intense, so I couldn't make it. But I'm really happy to record again today. Thank you for being here. If it's your first time, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. On this YouTube channel, I tell you about my making adventures, dyeing adventures, what I read, what I do in a day, and I hope you like what you see and hear. I hope you have a beverage of your choice ready. I have some water, and let's start. Let's see, 2 weeks ago I had a knit meet in the southern western part of the country. It is about a 2-hour drive from where I live, 2 hour 15 minutes maybe, and but it was a lovely day, and we all got a goodie bag, and in there Catharine, the one who organizes this knit meet, crocheted a little line of flags for everyone with a tea bag. There is a card and patterns of a sock and how do you call this? I don't know the word. If you have like a candle with a little tea light in there, you can crochet something around. I should know the word. I might come up with it. There was a Mac Wool by Lana Grossa, acrylic cotton mix in there. There is a little bag with food coloring and a mini skein in here. And it includes a little note of the YouTube channel of Steekjes and Zo, who is dyeing yarn in this way for this video. And there are, another tea. There was a bowl with 3D printed hangers, and there was this tiny bottle with beads and one smiley bead. I also got half a dozen of eggs from Maatje, and those were from her own chickens, but they have been eaten already, of course. And Laura brought me a bookmark. Is this a bookmark? With the Wool Hobby logo on there. And with these ribbons, so that when this is in your book, this hangs out and you can find where you were exactly. So that's the goodie bag. I also got a very special gift made by Evelien Handmade Crochet. There was a card in there as well. This says you are just an awesome person, so you know it. And she is writing that she would want to give me a heads up because I have an intense time. Because of the car accident we were in at the beginning of March, and which I'm still recovering from. And when she saw this cute sheep, she knew she was going to embroider it for me. And the sheep holds a cup of tea. Well, that doesn't need any further explanation. And she made me a very special knitting jewel. Anyways, this is what she got me. So she crocheted the sheep. She made me a project bag. She crocheted a Superwoman knitting jewel. And I am just amazed by the amount of work that she used to make me something beautiful. I already thanked her in the Dutch vlog, but this is really amazing. And the lining is also very pretty. And I already put a project in here. Because last week my niece, or is it my cousin? Oh, that is so confusing to me. Anyways, the youngest daughter of my sister. I think it's my niece. Yes, it must be my niece, because I hear the crazy sock lady talking about her nieces when she talks about the children of her sister. So my niece called me. She has been wearing her hair really short for quite some time, but she is growing it at the moment. And she sent me a picture last week of her wearing one of the best headbands. And she said, oh, I can use this one again now. And but she called me last Sunday to ask if I could make her one in a more neutral colorway. She has a green one, but she wanted to have a grey or a dark grey or even a black one, because it would be easier for her to combine it with her clothing. And then at the end of the day, she called me again to ask if I could make another dark one, maybe even dark blue, because her friend wanted one too. So yesterday I cast on the best headband. I need my own pattern because it has been a really long time since I made one, but I started the I-cord tab. So I'm going to knit up 2 headbands, one for her and one for her friend, and well, they could switch them if they want to. So that's one work in progress in a beautiful new project bag. Last Saturday it was Worldwide Knit in Public Day, and I spent the day knitting in Zutphen at Gaia Concept Store. That's the shop that also sells my yarn. My sister lives in Zutphen, so it was a very easy choice where we should start where we should have our Knit in Public Day, and we had a lovely day. The Knit in Public at Gaia was from 11 until 3, and it was a potluck kind of day, so everyone brought something nice to share. And like I said, it was lovely. There were people that came in at the beginning and left early, and there were people that came in late and stayed a little longer, and there were people that were there from the beginning to the end. So we had several switches throughout the day, but it was awesome. And last Saturday was also the day that the Samen Brei Zus en Zomer call started. And my sister and I both started the Geddytee by Tennis Fiber Arts. And on Saturday I managed to crochet 2.5 granny. And on Sunday we had a Zoom, a cast on Zoom for the knit along, and I managed to crochet the 4th granny and cast on for the back of the back. The back of the shoulders. This is how it is going to sit on my shoulders. So now I am done with the short row shaping. I need to knit until I have, I think, 25 centimeters. And then you cast on the fronts. That will be a V-neck, so you have to work your one side first, then the other side, and then you will close in the middle. And when it's long enough to separate for the sleeves, you will start knitting around. And yeah, the sleeves will only have a hem, a cuff, a hem, and it will have a split hem at the bottom. And in the end, you knit a ribbed hem into the V-neck, into the neck opening. So this is started. I did not work on this yesterday because today by the way is Tuesday, June 17th, I'm sorry. And it's 1:15. And I did not work on it yesterday because yesterday, well, I am president of my local inner wheel club, and yesterday I installed the new presidents. So my time as president for Inner Wheel Nijkerk is done. I will stay, I will be a board member for 1 more year as past president, but for the rest I will be just a regular member again. I got a beautiful, huge bouquet of flowers. I will put it in here. The new presidents had a speech about colors and what colors stand for, and every time they name the color, they put another flower in the vase, and I got to take it home in the end. So that was really nice. I did not make it very long at the club meeting. My energy is still low, and yesterday, with all the prepping for the gifts and with my speech, which I kept postponing because if I'm working on my speech, I can't work, and my top of mind is getting work done. So I postponed it, and in the end I ended up writing my speech yesterday, and I did not take any rest yesterday. I know, silly me, and therefore I was done around 7, and so Rob picked me up with my huge bouquet. And but I was very nauseous already, and I had a terrible night really. By the time I went to bed, it calmed down a little bit, but it wasn't fun. So, but it's my own fault. And today I did better. I'm working, I'm vlogging, and I'm resting in between everything. Let's see. So the best headbands, the Geddytee. Last week I did not work on my flower child. I know I have my Seriously Holy in my 30 minutes of knitting slot, but I ended up knitting on that way more than 30 minutes because I'm having trouble switching from one knit to the other. My brain just doesn't want that, so I'm not going to make things harder on myself. I just knit it on my Seriously Holy, and I put that in my 30 minutes of knitting because it is Pride Month in June, and this is a pattern by Stephen West. And the yarn I'm using is by the Wee Yarn Company and UnderCover Otter. So it is as square as it gets in a project. This is my Seriously Holy so far. And it does not fit on the needle anymore. As you can see, all the stitches are bunched up. I need to do one increase, then I think about 6 plain rounds, another round of increases and decreases, a few more plain rounds, and then the I-cord bind off. So yeah, well, the white yarn or the light yarn is from the Wee Yarn Company, and the darker yarn is by UnderCover Otter. There are around 500 stitches on the needle now, and it's brioche, so you have to knit across each needle twice. Well, you could do one pass brioche, but I don't like one pass brioche, and I thoroughly enjoy the rhythm of just regular brioche. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, well, I hope to put at least 30 minutes a day in here, because my Geddytee will also get some love each day. And of course my temperature blanket. But I hope it won't take me too much longer to finish this one. So seriously holy. Then I have one more work in progress, and that is a new design for socks. I grabbed a skein out of my non-wool hobby stash before we had to go to the knit meet in Zeeland, which is over a 2-hour drive. My sister was driving. I still don't drive for a longer time in a row. I just drive around here if I can't do it walking or by bike. But I don't have the brains to drive for a long time. So I grabbed a skein, and while I was knitting on it, I decided that I wanted to design a new pattern. That is very good for variegated yarn. So I grabbed this skein of yarn from my stash. This is from Billy's Wool. I bought this at the fair in Hardenberg back in March, the fair where we crashed with our car. I decided to put in a little pattern that is still very visible in variegated yarn. So this is one side of the leg. The other side is just plain knitting. The back of the leg has also the lightning shaped dashed stitches. I used Tilly Buddy's stretchy cast on, put in a fleagle heel with the holes as the increases, and yeah, well, this is just a lovely knit. It's very easy to memorize. It gives your variegated yarn a fun stitch and a way to shine all by itself. And I'm going to knit a second sock now, but in my own yarn, so that I can check my own pattern, and I will have a sock ready for a pattern picture. I'm still working on my Groningen Provinciaal and my mouwen, of course. I'm also working on my workshop material for Wool Days 2. Oops. And I need to work on my Advent project and Advent calendar project. So I'm really busy in between resting. So yeah, that's it for knitting really. I've also been listening to books a lot. I have been listening to The Women of Weyward, which was really nice. It's about 3 women that are way apart in history, but that are connected through bloodline, and therefore they have the same abilities in them. Very interesting. After that, oh, that is by Emilia Hart, by the way. After that, I listened to The Hidden Apothecary. Well, that's the Dutch title translated, but it is probably about the same in English. That's a book by Sarah Penner, and that was also really interesting. And again, women in different times in history. Apparently, when you like a book, Storytel goes like, okay, if you like that, you might like this as well. So, and that was true. And after that, I listened to a book from a Dutch writer, and it's about a woman in the Second World War and a woman in the present time, and their storylines clash into each other in quite an unexpected way. The woman during World War II hides an English pilot, and she is around 90, and then her past catches up on her. And it's a really interesting book, but I'm not sure if it is translated in English. I will try to find out, and if so, I will put it down here. It was a really, really good book. I also like the narrator, so it is a pleasure to listen to as well. I just started a new series by Sarah Lark about the colonization of New Zealand. In this case, it's about German colonization. The previous 2 series I listened to were about English colonization. And I really, really enjoyed that as well. I listen to it while I'm dyeing, sometimes while I'm knitting. Although last week I managed to knit and watch a podcast at the same time, which has been months since that worked for me. So if I look at my progress from day to day, I see nothing. If I look at my progress from week to week, I see next to nothing. But if I look back at how I was right after the car accident and how I am now, 3.5 months further, I can see that I did make some progress. Not enough to my liking, of course, but I do make progress. So I need to keep that in mind. I need to keep to my resting schedule and do work in between my rests. And yeah, then I hope to progress even more. I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. I'm honored that you spent it with me. Please like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up for this video. And I hope to see you again next week. Happy making. Bye.